The first day a woman becomes a flight attendant, unexpectedly encountered a hijacking incident. She relied on her courage and wisdom, fighting with some bravery with the robbers. The whole journey is thrilling and gripping. The film is adapted from real events. September the 5th, 1986. Pan Am Flight 73 from Mumbai to New York stopped at Karachi Airport in Pakistan. Several premeditated robbers drove airport police vehicles into the runway, quickly shot and killed the airport security personnel. Person Nina hurriedly asked the flight attendant to close the cabin door, but it's still one step too late. After 4 robbers boarded the plane, quickly control all passengers and crew members. Here, Nina calmly and decisively contacted the cockpit and explained the situation, and the robbers are still searching for the cockpit everywhere. Obviously, they didn't know that this plane was 2-story. After seeing Nina, threatened him to lead the way to the cockpit, but what the robbers didn't expect was, after the crew received Nina's notification, I have already escaped from the escape exit on the top of the machine. The robbers originally planned to hijack the plane and head for Cyprus, swap over 300 people on board for their accomplices in prison, but now there are no more pilots. Their plan was completely disrupted. I had to rush all the passengers to the middle of the cabin for centralized management first, and pull it away. A flight attendant, Nina saw the situation. Hurry up and step forward. Replace the flight attendant. Original. The robber asked the flight attendant to deliver a message. Let everyone cooperate, otherwise they will be killed. Nina works hard to control her emotions. Keep yourself calm. Absence. But you can't. To deceive people. Our geezer baby can't get through to your house. Okay. Subsequently, Nina tentatively asked everyone to put down their hands. But when the robbers heard it, they quickly stopped it. Nina's just love, dealing with the robbers with reason, claiming to be helping them better manage passengers. The robbers sensed that Nina's words were somewhat reasonable. That's why the passengers put down their hands. Meanwhile, the control center also quickly reported this matter to the higher authorities. Send someone to negotiate with the plane at the same time. The robbers wanted to prevent the outside from seeing the situation inside the cabin. Have all passengers close the windows. At this point, the robber wants to find a radio engineer, and Nina is trying to stall for time, signal the engineer not to come out. The enraged robber directly crushed a passenger claiming to be a U.S. citizen and Nina onto the cabin door. Require them to send pilots in within half an hour, otherwise, we'll kill the hostages. The airport is very clear. Once the plane flies into the sky, will cause even greater disasters, so they can only wait as long as possible for military support. And the robbers who didn't wait for the pilot were also impolite. Directly shot and killed the American passenger in front of the negotiators, also a police officer. Faced with the brutal slaughter of the robbers, Nina, who is still in shock, came to the bathroom alone, while cleaning the blood stains on the face, while trying to calm down. Subsequently, faced with armed threats from robbers, he is still calm and composed, determined to deliver water to passengers, because for him, this is his responsibility. Moreover, it can calm the passengers' emotions well. It's not bad for the robbers either. Time passes by minute by second. The robbers who couldn't wait for the pilot were beginning to get restless. They are discussing collecting all the passengers' passports, finding Americans to put pressure on the local government. Their conversation was also heard by Nina, so when Nina was asked to collect the passengers' passports, quietly cooperate with other flight attendants to throw all the received United States passport under the seat, to sabotage the robbers' plan, procrastinate. As a result, the robber saw that there was not even an American in their passport. I suspect it was hidden by Nina. After searching him without any results, the robber pointed his finger at an Englishman. I'm preparing to kill the British to relieve my anger. After opening the cabin door, the negotiators told them, there is a radio engineer on the plane. You can have engineers communicate with the control center by radio. Until now, engineers also have to come forward. The robber immediately caught him in the driver's cab. The control center told them, the pilot is on his way here. Make the robber wait patiently. And the control center requires the robbers to release the women and children first. For this requirement, the robbers are not fools either. It's obvious that they are procrastinating, so a robber lost his patience, directly shot and killed the engineer. After arriving at the cabin, I found Nina sneaking around with the child again. Turns out it's just that the child wants to go to the bathroom. Another robber was found guilty. Think it's just a child going to the bathroom. Don't make a fuss with your companions. Unexpectedly, his companion slapped him directly. At this point, the robber leader came to comfort the beaten little brother, then teach the robbers who hit people a lesson. Clear. There are also conflicts within this group of robbers. The robber was very dissatisfied after being taught a lesson by the boss. Start hitting around like crazy. At this point, it has been more than 10 hours since the hijacking. Nina organized the flight attendants. Start distributing food to passengers. He took the opportunity to hand over an emergency evacuation manual to the passenger sitting at the exit. Until now, they need to be prepared at all times. Here, the armed personnel dispatched by the military have been deployed on site. There are 379 passengers and crew members on the plane before there is a complete plan. They don't dare to act recklessly. Just then, the lights on the plane suddenly went out. The cabin was suddenly pitch black, scream after scream. The robbers were also extremely frightened, thought the military was going to launch a strong attack. To calm down the robbers' emotions, the purser disregarded the danger, explained to the robbers, this is just a backup on the plane. The shop assistant is out of stock. But the impulsive robber didn't listen at all. Raised the rifle and start shooting passengers. They no longer have a way out. Passengers who want to pull onto the entire plane are backing up. Some passengers choose to resist between life and death. Unfortunately, I still couldn't escape the fate of being shot. The purser sees the timing accurately, quickly opened the escape hatch. He didn't escape immediately, but in line with one's own duty, calling on passengers to quickly flee. The passenger sitting at the escape exit, following the instructions of the purser, quickly opened the cabin door as well. Blink of an eye, a large number of passengers have escaped, and the robbers have already turned red in their eyes. After the bullets have been fired, unexpectedly took out a grenade and tried to blow up the plane. Hurry up to escape after being discovered by a companion. After all, blowing up a plane would accidentally harm one's own people. Just as the two were competing, a large number of passengers took the opportunity to escape again. At this moment, the flight attendant advised the purser to leave quickly, but there are still many passengers in the warehouse whose lives are at risk, so he once again disregarded his personal safety, returned to the cabin to rescue passengers. Unexpectedly, the robber went berserk and pulled a grenade. The cabin was suddenly filled with smoke. The conductor followed the cries for help and found several children. Meanwhile, the armed personnel finally arrived home, but he was turned away by the grenade thrown by the robber, and the purser just walked to the cabin door with the child, but it was discovered by the robbers. At the critical moment, the purser used his own body to block the bullet, protecting children. The robber was also shot dead by the armed personnel who arrived, although the purser was seriously injured, but he still insisted on letting the children evacuate first, and when he escaped the plane himself, has fallen into a coma. Early the next morning, many passengers rescued by the conductor began to embrace their families, telling about the near death under the darkness. But there are also people with solemn faces, because their family did not survive, and Nina's family is one of these unfortunate ones. All they're waiting for is Nina's cold body. The moment you open the box, Nina's parents are deeply saddened. They simply cannot accept this cruel fact, and today, it's also Nina's 23rd birthday. People around me are paying tribute to Nina. She immediately notified the crew to escape from Huku, avoided even greater disasters. It's a disregard for personal safety, fighting with some bravery with the robbers, saved 359 fresh lives on board the plane, when facing terrorists. Although fear and vulnerability lingered in Nina's heart, but kindness and courage support her. Calm down from the panic time and time again, may he move beyond oneself. This spirit of self-sacrifice has also been awarded the highest medal of bravery in India. She is the only woman to receive this honor, and also the youngest. No commentary can replace the original film. Good movies are more recommended.